Alright, I hope this works. I had to reset some things on my computer and my recording software settings got lost along the way, so let's hope this works, yeah. Welcome back to The Legend of Heroes Trails through Daybreak 2, where we today want to finally meet with Maxim and see what his problem is. Meet.
Hey, there you guys are.
And not a moment too soon.
Kincaid.
I believe it's been a month since we've seen one another, Van. Apart from in the garden, that is.
Has it been that long already? Doesn't feel like it the way you've been helping my assistants. Gonna take a wild step though and say you ain't here just to catch up? I'll explain that and more to you in a bit. But first, sit down and take a load off. Thank you for placing an order for us, though I do feel a bit guilty letting you pay. Yeah, no need to put yourself out on our account. Just think of it as a reward for all the times you were here for me. Don't mind if I do then. So, let's start with what Renee's doing here. Not that I don't already have an idea. Right, I won't beat around the bush. Long story short, today's Grand Prix is being targeted by anti-immigration terrorists. For real? Wait, am I the only one who's surprised by that? Well, all the signs so far were sort of pointing to it. First off, we came in knowing that leftover anti-immigration terrorists were still kicking about. Then we've got the Z-Run Grand Prix finals, which immigrants are gonna turn up in droves to see. Add to that the involvement of a CID analyst, and the rest is self-explanatory. I see what you mean now. Plus, one of the favorites in today's race is Aslan, who comes from the Central East. It only makes sense that the terrorists would have their sights set on him. You're absolutely correct. Even despite the existence of Red Star, races in the past were exclusively of white descent. But in recent years, the number of Eastern and Central Eastern races has grown to the point that they're no longer an exception. Among them, a star of hope for the Central Easterners was born in the form of Aslan. Nowadays, there are quite a few people who view the Z1 races as a symbol of ethnic integration. I can definitely feel it going in that direction. But of course, anti-immigration terrorists wouldn't take much of a fancy to that. So they've demanded that the race's organizers call off the Z1 Grand Prix altogether. And by they, I mean the True Grievance Brigade. From what I hear, they also demanded that the police release their fellow members who were caught hiding in Aramis. I see, so remnants really are still active. It's just as we suspected. They stop at nothing to achieve their goals. But of course, you won't give in to their demands, right? That goes without saying. The Grand Prix organizers haven't even considered suspending the event. And naturally, the CID plans to do everything in its power to address the situation. To start, we'll be establishing a strict watch in and around the circuit venue as a precautionary measure. However, these radicals have little left to lose. The more we tighten the screws, the likelier it is that they involve innocent people. You certainly can't be too careful given the decent number of members purported to be at large. So as a bit of added insurance, you want to enlist the aid of Arkwright Solutions? Which at this particular moment means you get Elaine as part of the package. Classic Renee. The pampered prince never misses a trick. Enough of a pampered prince bit. And it's Mr. Kincaid to you. Ah yes, as you surmise, the CID would like to once again issue an official 4-SPG. Your task is to flush out and apprehend the terrorists. Your assigned areas will be the Speedway's interior. In the meantime, my man and I will handle the perimeter. Sounds like a plan. By the way, I'll be acting as a liaison between you and event management. So if there's anything you need to pass on, just give me a call. Understood. Right then, I better head out. Got a few things to take care of before the race. Is Maxim as an intermediary really the best choice? Not that I question him or anything, but he's a racer, he should focus on his race, right? He should focus on the event itself, not on being the middleman between us and between security and the management, right? Sure thing. Catch you later. The True Grievance Brigade. Didn't seem as if they were tied to any other forces back in Aramis either. But there's a definite chance that someone will capitalize on their schemes, just like before. Hey, as long as they put up a decent fight? Speak for yourself, I'd rather they call it quits. Anyway, let's scarf down some lunch and get to investigating. Couple of covered 12th District Grand Circuit. It stopped snowing. So it has, though it's still a little overcast. The Grand Circuit, EU's 12th District. Remember looking around here with Van during the Revolution Festival? Yeah, you were sightseeing like no one's business. This is my first time in the area. Wait, what's that? Ah, you mean the Ferris wheel? It's an attraction in which one rides a gondola attached to a rotating rim, allowing them to take in the surrounding views. Cool! Is it like taking the Aerotram in Basel? It doesn't feel quite the same, but there's definitely a resemblance visually. You may not know it, but this place also has one of the most up-to-date bouldering facilities out there. There are some who make a hobby of scaling natural rock formations with just their bare hands. Bouldering imitates that in a safe environment for people to enjoy, right? Someone's been reading up. I tried it out in one of my days off, and let me tell you, it really gets your blood pumping. Oh yeah, color me intrigued. Unlike the Ferris wheel, this is the kind of thing you can have fun with solo. I get where you're all coming from, but now ain't the time to be fooling around. Come on, let's go check the parameter before we head into the speedway.
The beer garden is awfully crowded today.
It sure is. Wait, isn't that...
Cheers, everyone!
Ah,
Oh, hello, everyone.
and with Judith's grandma.
So you guys decided to come too, huh?
On business, but yeah. Forget that, what are you doing here, Grammy?
I'll have you know, Victor and I go way back. He used to work at one of my go-to restaurants during my glory days.
At one point, Dominique took a real fancy to my cooking. Ever since, she's been giving me pointers in just about everything. I wouldn't have been able to get Mamar up and running without her support.
You don't say. Never would have guessed you two had a history. It's definitely a shocker. But that's not what I meant. What are you doing here at the Grand Circuit? Or do I need to ask? Come to think of it, I recall hearing that you've offered advice to professional athletes before. Does that mean you're here to coach that run racers?
Only the ones on the younger side. Though I've also been putting in my 2 mirror on how they're running this whole affair.
Judith and Vaughn sure weren't exaggerating about her. She's a granny of all trades if I ever saw one. And yet she rarely mentions the public eye. I've seen how the rumors refer to her as a legend. Bet she could hold up in a scuffle too. Dames like her must be a 1 in a million. Alright, enough feeding her ego. What I wanna know is, where did Humes get off to? Oh, that's right, I don't see her around.
She and Maxim made a promise to ride the Ferris wheel together. They should be back before long, though.
A playdate, huh? Those two are pretty chummy now. Nothing to worry about then, right? Save for a potential terrorist situation. Let's check around the Ferris wheel, just in case.
Ooh, a Ferris wheel. I'm getting the urge to climb all the way to the top of it.
What kind of crazy-ass urge is that? And don't even think about trying it. You hear me?
My dad used to work for a famous 3-star restaurant a long time ago. Apparently Dominique was a big help to him back then. It's been much too long since I last saw her. She's still as busy as ever, it seems. I'll have to keep my ears open for any stories she has to share. Yumi went to ride the Ferris wheel with Maxime. The race is coming up, so they promise not to take too long. I hope the two of them have fun. A quiet moment together should do them both good. Dominique has done much for me over the years. I'll have to treat her to another meal at our place. I'd extend an invitation to Chloe too, if she went so busy all the time. Even Mom? Have some mercy, that Bistro is the only sanctuary I've got left. You're turning pale, Judith. What's the matter? More than we'll ever know. Just give her some space for now. I get the sense you didn't come here for a simple day at the races. But we'll just leave it at that. I've got no plans to hone in on whatever spriggan business you're up to. In fact, I expect you to aim high and soar, this being your home turf. And that goes double for you, Judith. Does she always have to turn the screws on me?
Come on in and eat your
Working here lets me rub elbows with more races than I can count. The goal is to eventually back myself one of the moneymakers like Maxim Lugan, when I'll be set for life. At least it's a fantasy that keeps me going. Reality can be cruel sometimes. Not to pat my own back, but here at Golden Hour, we always spare some extra kindness for young racers. I've given out free meals to the ones down on their luck more than a few times. It wasn't often, but I even tweeted the great Maxim Lugan on occasion. I never forget the day he brought a boatload of customers into my seats. Said it was his way of paying me back, now that he's made it big.
My stuff can't be beat.
Russian Ale.
I'll be waiting for you.
The hustle and bustle over the racetrack is on a whole nother level today. Almost feels like a festival, I drink to that.
I think I'll give it a try.
And that's all there is to it. Hope that helps. Wow, you climbed up so nimbly. Choosing an efficient route really makes a difference. I think I'm starting to get the gist of this.
Z1 Grand Prix is about to begin. Which team
What was it?
is
Yep.
home to goal? You won't want to miss a single second of this race.
I've never been to Z1 until now. Harry told me loads about how cool it's gonna be. I hope his dad makes it in time to watch it with us. Can't wait. Dad's late again. He even promised we'd watch the race together today. So supposed to make up for last time too. What's his deal? All he ever cares about is work.
The final race of this year's Z1 Grand
As long until the
Prix
race begins, I sure hope Hawker gets here in time. After all, he was the one who suggested we take the boys out to see it. We had to pull a few strings to set us up with our tickets. Harry's gonna be crushed if he doesn't show up. Professional racing requires superhuman levels of kinetic vision, reflexes and focus. But even those are nothing without nerves of steel. I used to dream of being a racer myself, but I gave up once I realized I didn't have what it takes.
Well,
The moment you've all been waiting for has arrived. The final
The stands
race
are
of
packed to
this
the
year's
brim today, so
Z1
unless you
Grand
have a
Prix
reservation, I'm
is
afraid
about to
it's
begin.
standing room only. If you're still interested in purchasing tickets, just let me know.
Which team is gonna bring home the gold? You won't want to miss a single second of this race.
Now, what's it say? Now, what's it say?
Oh, it's Lyle and Julian. And Thelma's here too? Hey, Agnes. Hard at work again, huh? You're awful and passionate about your job, don't you think? What are you doing around here, Bo? Is that some kind of trouble? They're just doing a little investigation is all.
The moment you've all been waiting for has arrived.
Did you three come to watch the race together?
Of this year's
Well,
Z1
Julian told me he'd
Grand
never
Prix
seen that one
is
before.
about to begin.
I figured today was a perfect chance at being the finals and all. And I just invited myself along.
The goal. You won't want
I
to miss a
see.
single second of this race.
Well, I guess we'll see you guys later then. Why don't we all chat over tea sometime? And let us know if there's anything we can help with, alright? Thank you very much. I'm fairly used to watching horses compete at the Heimdall racecourse back home. But this will be my first time seeing the Z1 in person instead of on a screen. Can hardly wait.
The moment you've all
Usually when I swing around these parts it's to pick up chicks. But today's a final, so this time all my focus is going towards voice.
about to begin.
Maxim is handsome and all, but the hottie who's really caught my eye these days is Aslan. Maybe I'll buy one of the photos of him they're selling over the boutique. Shino! Hello and welcome to Shino's Bar. Can I interest you in a pre-race refreshment? Damn, Shino, this is prime location to set up shop. Good for you. I'm not usually a fan of large events like these, but they aren't so bad on occasion. Think back, it's been about a year since I first opened. I've done business in so many places since. Maybe it's time to reflect on what I've learned. Is something wrong? Oh, don't mind me. Have a wonderful time. I hope you get to enjoy it to the fullest. That's a nice sentiment, but we didn't come here to play around. Only one thing for it. Sooner we get this shit squared away, the sooner we can let our hair down. The final race will close out the season. I hope you get to enjoy it to the fullest.
Hello.
Chino's Gelato.
Thank you. Hello. Thank you.
Wow, so many people here. So, where are the racers? They're probably all getting ready. Alright, I guess Aslan has to make sure he looks good for the winner's circle, huh? Hey, think maybe we can get him to sign something for us?
Which team is gonna bring home the gold?
You're right, I hear they usually do a bunch of stuff for fans afterwards. Not that I really know them.
Welcome to the official Z1 shop.
You can't overstate how important aerodynamics are for a Z1 vehicle. Airflow causes downforce, which push the car against the ground, giving the tires a stronger grip. That's what lets them take sharp turns, high speeds without any problems. I asked the guy in leather at the counter which he thought was cooler, trains or Z1 cars. His response, how should I know what you like? Figure it out for yourself. What a wake-up call, almost shocked me numb. Just like the guy at the counter says, I've got to figure out what I like for myself. I couldn't quite get behind the idea of wearing a dress shirt even for work. After consulting with my manager, he permitted me to man the counter in my personal attire. As a matter of fact, doing so may actually put me more in line with the store's aesthetics. I should count myself lucky to work under someone so flexible.
You're free to look around. We even have rare items that were used in actual Come races. Back whenever. So take your time and enjoy your visit.
I want to ride.
So this is a Ferris wheel. It makes you feel so short from up close.
That was so much fun.
I'm glad to hear it.
Oh, it's Van and his friends.
Hey all, how's the operation going?
Operation?
You can relax, we get the job done. So Yumi, how was riding with Ferris with Maxim?
I could see the whole circuit from the tippy top.
Oh, it must be the best seat in the house.
Yeah. Too bad we couldn't stay on it longer.
Oh, well, you know what they say. Time flies when you're having fun. Tell you what, if we get another chance, I'll go around 3 more times with you.
Really? Cross your heart?
Cross my heart. I'll make sure Yume here gets back to Paulette safe and sound. Oh, and before I forget, I've already arranged to get you guys into the Speedway. Just give your names at the ticket counter and they'll let you through. Best of luck out there.
For sure, thanks.
Bye, Van! Bye, everyone!
Looks like Maxim is headed straight to a racetrack himself. Is something bothering you, Van? Nah, it's nothing. We're gonna want to follow his lead soon.
Alrighty then. Let me figure out how much I want to bet and...
Aaron, no betting and no getting drunk either, so...
I wasn't gonna... Hey, come on, chill. It was just a joke.
Was it, though? Was it really?
At any rate, we're here strictly on business. Do try to contain yourself.
Oh, hi, Van. It's almost time for a race to start. I'm so excited. Do you think Maxim's gonna win? Shall we give our names to the counter and head to the Speedway? Are you looking to purchase a ticket? Unless you have a reservation, I'm afraid it's standing room only. My name is Van Arkwright. Maxim Lugan should have something set up for us. Oh, so you're friends of Mr. Lugan. My apologies. Mr. Van Arkwright, was it? Yes, I have you right here. That'll be 9 event passes for you. Go right ahead and enter the venue. Got it. The VIP treatment isn't so bad. It's a little past noon and the race is scheduled to start at 2 p.m. sharp. Couldn't ask for better driving weather either. It feels great outside and the sky is clearing up nicely. On the other hand, the stands are already filling in, even with 2 hours to go. It just goes to show how much they're champing a bit. This is after all the Grand Prix annual finals. The crowd's fervor is almost palpable. How do we plan on finding those bozos and... Don't tell me you plan on grilling the audience one seat at a time. Even with so many people here, doing that would only draw unwanted attention to us. Incidentally, Renee gave you some sort of data before you parted. What was it? A little trick to help us zero in on the enemy. The terrorists' weaponry of choice are specially designed to bypass standard metal detectors. As luck would have it, we managed to get our hands on a similar model from the Blacklight district. If you install this data and perform a shard search, it should be able to identify them. Best of luck. Wow, the CID thinks of everything. I'd call it over-preparing, but if it saves us some hassle, then we might as well roll with it. I'll forward the data to you guys. That way we can split up and cover as much ground as possible. Our first order of business will be to pinpoint any terrorists hiding at the speedway. When we surround them, close in and cover the whole group at once. Simple as that. There's just one thing. I want Rosette to act as our operator. That means compiling everybody's findings and passing along my instructions when needed. As you wish. Good. Now, let's get this done. Right. Alright, we're all fanned out. Time for me to start moving too.
Okay, the Zyphas are all set up. Now we just need to do a shard search. We've got to catch these terrorists so we can keep Yume and the others safe.
It's almost time. I've got to make sure these pre-race jitters come through in my article. Next on the agenda is to interview as many spectators as possible for those cars take off. This one time we asked Aslan for an autograph and he was all polite and gentlemanly about it. My girlfriend's been a super fan of his ever since. How do I feel about that? Don't even ask. Oh, Aslan, what a dreamboat. If he doesn't win today's race, I'll freak. They may be out of a championship running, but I've got high hopes for Lino all the same. I want them to show me they've still got enough fuel in their tanks to mount a comeback at next year's Grand Prix.
Alrighty.
You can do it, Lino! Go, go, go! Maybe if I wish hard enough, they'll pull off a miracle and turn the tables.
It's almost time for the final race.
Most consider Edwards and Inga to be the top 2 contenders in the Z1. But we at Red Star have been steady climbing the ranks, as has Lino. So be sure to keep an eye out for us on the track, okay?
Which team is gonna bring home the gold?
Wow, feel that energy? It's what pit girls like us live for. Everybody make sure to root for Maxim, okay? Just think, you'll be right here to witness him take his historic 4th Z1 Grand Prix championship in a row!
This is all so exciting!
What's up? Are you looking for something? The race is starting soon, so you wanna hurry back to your seat. We've been in our hours since early morning. You won't wanna miss out on the pre-event pit prep. This could be anyone's race, but my money is on Red Star all the way. Why? Cause I'm Team Red Star for life. Hell, I'd blow my savings on them and thank them for the opportunity. And I say I ride or die, I mean it. Can't they get the show on the road already? My uncle's been giving me predictions left and right on the final race. Edwards and Inga are definitely neck to neck for the top spot, but now there's snowy roads in the mix. Thankfully the weather's lightened up a bit, but anything could happen, you know? Man, I'm so nervous, I can hardly concentrate. Yeah, if Lino or Welstar get first place here, they could end up winning the whole Grand Prix. Oh boy, things are so heated I might just lose my mind. Well, I see you guys are enjoying yourselves. Yeah, I've been going to the Z1 since I was 3, but the adrenaline of the last race just never gets old. You should hurry and grab a seat, Van. It should be starting any second. I'm here on business actually, gotta take care of it fast so the rest of you in the stands can have a good time. Aslan's given veterans a real run for their mirror this year. Maxim can't afford to slip up today. Not that it's all riding on him. This sport's as much about the car and pit crew performance as it is the drivers. First place is still up for grabs here. That's what gets us so fired up in the stands. For the record, my favorites to win are Ingat and Lino. Team Ingat's got a decent chance of bringing it home. But obviously I want Lino to do well too, since I drive a Kabul myself. Maxim is a pretty good shot at taking his 4th championship in a row though. I'm so excited my heart's about to jump out of my chest. Ingat might stand a chance at winning the Grand Prix if they earn enough points in the final. But to do that, Aslan will have to pull ahead and snatch first place away from Maxim Lugan. We're in for quite a riveting race. Anybody with eyes can see that Edwards is gonna win. I mean, come on, it's Maxim Lugan. First place is made for him. Red Star isn't likely to pull off a victory this year, but I still believe in miracles. Listen, Carlos, you're the only one we can turn to for this. If you say no, we have to forfeit our slot. Give me a break, I retired a decade ago. My foot hasn't even healed all the way. The world of Z1 is no Sundendale drive, you know? I won't argue that point, but still. Carlos, that's the guy who used to race for Lino way back then. He seems to be deep in conversation with one of the reps. Nothing's popping up on the search though, so I doubt they're with the terrorists. No sense poking into their business. Guess I go sweep the stands again.
Something's there. Do a shard search. Attention, today's main race is about
I said my piece, you just have to try your luck with somebody else. Well, alright.
We ask that you please remain in your seats as we wait for the race to begin.
We gotta hurry.
There's a guy.
The moment you've all been waiting for has arrived.
This is all so
The
exciting!
final race of this year's C1.
I'm getting a hit from that guy, no two ways about it. Doesn't mean it's part of a group though. Just stand by and keep an eye on him until reset calls. The rest of the team have completed their investigations. Ultimately, the only positive search result was the man you came across. Yeah, I just checked with Renee. He said the others might be outside the arena. If not, then chances are that they're hiding somewhere on the racetrack. Anyway, gonna move in on this one. Can you relay the plan to everyone else? Certainly. Excuse me, you got a second? Need something? Let's just say you've been selected for a stop and search. Mind telling me about what you're concealing there? How could you possibly... And in case you get any ideas, we already have you surrounded. Surrender quietly. I didn't realize I'd drawn so much attention. So be it. Trying to make a suicide run? Not on my watch. Big talk for a little lady. Why does she make my spine chill? Forget it. Sorry, but this road's closed. Give yourself up without a fuss and you may still get off with a minimal sentence. Beauty spray too? Guess escape's no longer an option in that case. Comrades, to arms! So his playmates were hiding under sharp camouflage. He wasn't just running around randomly. Nothing we weren't expecting. How are you holding up, Elaine? Perfectly fine, thank you. I think we can all agree that the odds are stacked against you. Even then, you're still gonna pick a fight? Don't take us lightly. We have a True Grievance Brigade. The leaders Calvert needs most. Now that our spawns have dropped us, our backs are against the wall. A shame we couldn't drag those blast immigrants into this. We just have to settle for taking you down with us instead.
Justice will prevail.
And it will, it will.
Now's a great time for a shard boost.
Eradicate the immigrants!
Pressure him and move in.
Engaging skill.
Chance!
Van, your turn.
Take that! It's go time! Make it count, Darren!
Now or never.
Keep up, Wilson!
Criminal, you! We'll win.
Now's a great time for a shard boost.
This
Engaging
Stop
skill.
now, Ray!
That's how it goes.
We're done for. Long live the Republic! We're down for the count. I could have gone for more of a challenge, to be honest. But Janice still hasn't reacted so far. Does it mean there's no corrosion going on? It's difficult to say. This may not have been all of their surviving members. Right, we can't afford to drop our guards. For now, let's go hand these guys over to Renee. At the same time, the CID apprehended a separate unit of the True Grievance Brigade. And combined with one Vance team, had captured all remnants of the group they accounted for and in custody. Thus, if the brigade's plans to interfere with the Z1 Grand Prix and negotiate the release of their comrades get to a halt. That takes care of the terrorists. So now what? Do we keep up the investigation here or move somewhere else entirely? Good question. Still getting a whiff of something suspicious. The Genesis! It's reacting. So are we on the right track? At the very least, we need to stay sharp until the race is over and done with. Shall we take another turn through the stands and garages? Yeah, and anywhere else we can think of while we're at it. Poking around blindly irks me a bit, but I suppose it's the best we can do right now. Having flushed out the terrorists, Swan and company continued the investigation with a wary eye. So, who's running for Lino now?
And the cars are off!
With no suspicious activity to be found, the Z1 Grand Prix went on as scheduled. As the group remained vigilant, the race plowed ahead with a number of dramatic developments along the way. In the end was a showdown between Maxim and Aslan in a fierce and fervent bid for first place. While keeping in touch with the CID, one of the others elected to watch the deciding moment from the stands. At long last, the race entered its final leg.
And we're down to the final lap. Who will bring home the glory? The Red Comet or our new rising star?
Dude, that was crazy!
It all comes down to this.
We'll know the winner soon enough.
Will Maxim hold on to his lead, or will Aslan pull out in front?
I'm on the edge of my seat here.
Who knew a bunch of guys driving in circles could hook you in like this?
I find myself unable to tear my eyes away.
Same here. Even I'm starting to feel anxious.
In all my years of watching this E1, I can't remember the last time things were this hotly contested.
That's saying something coming from you. This is a dead heat for the history books.
You can do it, Maxim.
Just one more push. The finish line is right in your reach.
If he clinches this, he'll have a four-peat. Not that that means I'll forgive him.
Ooh, a last-minute maneuver.
Talk about a photo finish.
Ouch.
Maxim?
Good goddess.
Maxim?
An explosion kills both Maxim and Aslan. Well, that takes care of the terrorists. So now what? Do we keep up the investigation here or move somewhere else entirely? Good question, I'm still getting a whiff of something suspicious. This feeling. You all remember what just happened? The explosion, I mean? We've gone through another rewind. I can sense it. Yes, it was right after we turned the terrorists over to Renee. But more to the point, we can't have a tragedy play out again. No shit, let's pull ourselves together and get to it. In order to do so, we need to get a firm grasp on what actually happened. An explosion of that scale couldn't have just been a simple crash. I'm of the same mind. It's all possibility one of the Z1 cars had some kind of explosive attached to it. No way! But who would do that? We've already caught all of the terrorists. More remnants for one? Or perhaps a more reasonable theory is that we have a collaborator? From my point of view, the explosion seemed to originate from Aslan's vehicle. That was the way I saw it too. About this whole rewinding business though? What a profoundly fascinating experience. Still have a sneaky feeling that I've gone through this someplace before. Don't tell me she remembers the poison gas incident on Nemeth Island. Feels like getting tossed in a washing machine if I'm being real. Back on topic, it's a safe bet that Aslan's cars weren't carrying the explosive. Maxim was unlucky enough to get caught up in it too. We're short on time, let's just work with what we know and get to stepping. Yeah, let's make our way over to Ingrid's garage and get a look at his ride. You give Renee and Maxim a heads up so they can run interference for us. Would be Grand Circuit Tragedy. I understand the situation, but we have already performed an inspection of the car before bringing it in. I'm fairly certain there are no issues to be found. Maybe so, but this is a request from the CID. Not to mention Maxim is worried for us too. It would really put me at ease if we could clear this up. Well, if you insist, then I suppose it's fine. Not to worry, this will take no time at all. Aslan's just as good a guy as we heard, huh? Yes, I'm glad he's willing to watch for us. Rodney, what are you doing here? I thought the final checks were finished already. Wait, ain't that sketchy? Excuse me a second. Hey, no need to rough up our mechanic. Of all the lousy timing. You're not Rodney. What in the blazes? Is it me or have we met this guy's mug before? If I squint just right, yeah. He appears to have trimmed up a tad since our last encounter. That's some dedicated camouflage. But isn't enough to pull the wool over our eyes. He's the one who caused the stir over in Russia and the anti-immigration activist Jacobin. Didn't think you had the cojones to strut around in the open. You're an infernal spriggan. Foil me once, shame on you, but twice? Ben, I found the bomb. It was wedged in a gap under the engine cover. Nice work, Catra. I almost drove out with that. And so the miniature explosive attached to Asan's Z1 race car was safely removed. The wheel mechanic, whom Jacobin had knocked out and tied up, was then found unharmed. From there, the Z1 Grand Prix kicked off once more, with the competition heating up more than ever.
This time, it's Maxim tailing after Aslan.
You're kidding. God damn it!
Another explosion kills both. Here we are again. Another rewind. The timing was exactly the same as before. In the end, it couldn't stop the tragedy from repeating itself. Though it did play out differently compared to the last time. Yeah, right down to how the race was going. But the part that stuck to me the most was the size of the explosion. I noticed it too, it was... I didn't notice... I think it was bigger. Then it was smaller. Compared to the first explosion, it was way smaller and the cars were slightly less damaged. You're right. I didn't see it in as much detail as Ferry, but it did have the same thought. What I don't understand is how it even happened. Definitely with the bomb that was placed in Aslan's car. There must have been two from the very beginning. That's the only logical conclusion. The first explosion was caused by both bombs going off, and the second was caused by just one. But that way the logic checks out. In summary, an explosion was planted not only in Mr. Aslan's vehicle, but in Mr. Lugan's as well. Do I have it right? Couldn't even get a word in edgewise there. But yeah, I'd say you all hit the nail on that. You guys sure are a sharp bunch. Something tells me you're stumped on who actually planted the extra bomb though. A few ideas come to mind, but we don't have enough material to narrow things down. That brings us to you, Judith. I've got a job that only a resident prowler could pull off. I see where this is going. You want me to stake out the Edward's garage, right? Yep, the limelight's all yours. If everything goes right, we have our other culprit. But what about the ingot bomb? Are we just going to leave it be? We may have to let Jacobin walk for now. Apprehending him would be sure to cause a disturbance. And if it puts the other culprit on their guard, we'll be right back at square one. Time's on our side, so I get right to it.
Come out, whoever you are. Huh? There's no room for doubt. It was right there in his hand. Still, him? I can hardly believe it. And there you have it. The culprit's none other than Maxim Lugan himself. But that begs the question. Why is he sacrificing his own life just to take down a fellow competitor?
Well, good work either way. The possibility did cross my mind. Let's just put a pin in this for now. I've got one more favor to ask of our world-class fandom thief. Shoot, at this point I might as well go the whole silk. This time it's right up your alley. I want you to pull a heist. You should time it while Maxim's guard is down, just before the race begins. As what used to be stealing, what else could it be but those 2 bombs? Sounds like my kind of fun, yawn! Wait, how do you expect me to steal from 2 cars at the same time? No one said you had to do it alone. Don't you got a top cat you can call on?
Here we go, folks. Our Z1 racers are all lined up at the starting grid. And what's this? We have a surprise gift and message from His Highness Prince Cherie. Glory to Calvard, and glory to the Z1 Grand Prix!
Haha! There's a surprise.
Didn't realize this was in the works.
Wow! Pretty colors.
What a lovely sight.
That prince knows how to put on a show.
So that's what fireworks look like. They're beautiful.
They sure pulled out all the stops.
Indeed. That they managed to do so in time is equally astounding.
Surprise fireworks! From Elsheim's crown prince of all people?
Hold it right there.
You are hereby under arrest on charges of attempted terrorism.
Huh? But what gave me away?
Typical Van. Always coming up with outrageous requests at the 11th hour. Regardless, we'll have to give Prince Cherie our gratitude for allowing us to use his name.
Yes. The guild is indebted to him once more as well. On to the next phase.
Well, that was a nice little present. Okay, time to get my head in the race.
Target acquired. Wonder how it went on Grammy's end.
My transformations may be limited, but age hasn't dulled this old tabby just yet.
Limited? You're better at this right now than I've ever been.
Everything's going according to plan.
That leaves just 1 mission left.
Right. All we have to do is see this race through to the end. The rest is up to you, Van.
With that, Van and crew's 3rd iteration of the Grand Prix started up anew. As expected, it came down to a head-to-head battle between Maxim and Aslan. Once again, the race arrived at that final, ill-fated lap.
And we're down to the final lap. Who will bring home the glory? The Red Comet or our new rising star?
Maxim, this is the day I leave you in my dust.
Aslan, you really have gotten more skilled. Just don't hold this against me.
Maxim is moving to cut Aslan off.
Hit the detonator. No, it misfired.
Maxim's speed is dropping. Did he push in too hard?
Fine, then. I'll just wreck him the old-fashioned way.
Alrighty, let's do this.
The two are neck and neck, and neither one is backing down. They're this close to lapping the back of the pack. Wait, where'd that car come from?
Leno's back in the race? I thought they dropped out already.
You trading paint with me? Sorry, I'm sending you off course.
The champion stands his ground! What phenomenal handling!
And the Red Comet soars away. Didn't think he'd push back on that. But at least he's too far to land into Aslan now.
Maxim catches up with a burning vengeance! The Red Comet's at full throttle, blazing ahead at unthinkable speeds!
Huh?
a catastrophe! The two top contenders for victory have both gone out of bounds! We can only pray they're unharmed!
Maxim? That crimson aura. That sudden burst of strength. Our champ was corroded from minute one. He's headed for the parking lot. We'll have to drive after him. Quick!
From there, Van immediately rendezvoused with the others, who proceeded to split up between his, Elaine, and Kincaid's vehicles. They then took off in pursuit of Maxim, whom they had located making his way to the suburbs.
Where do you suppose Maxim is headed?
Who knows? He sure isn't hurting for options. I let you three come because you insisted, but the second things get hairy, I'm dropping you off. Got it?
Yes, we understand.
Maxim.
That buffoon. Just what is he thinking?
Katra, everything ready?
Yes, I managed to patch into the transceiver in his car. Rosette, how's the communications link coming along?
The process is complete, Mr. Salesian.
Thanks. I'll initiate the call then.
Can you hear me, champ?
What in the...
Hope you don't mind us hacking your transceiver. Couldn't help but wonder what spurred this on. Thought I'd give you a chance to explain.
It's got nothing to do with you.
If that's the case, then would you be willing to tell me?
Paulette, you're the biggest victim here. But you won't have to suffer in silence anymore.
What?
What?
Bring an end to all of it. So don't worry.
Maxim?
Finally awake, huh?
Rotten bastard. You've gotten your sick kicks out of them for the last time.
I don't know what you're talking about.
This conversation is over. So do me a favor and quit following us!
Damn. We got cut off.
He said Paulette was the victim here.
Any idea what he meant by that?
No, not a clue.
Huh? Yumi seems to know something? Dirk Memorial Park.
This place is...
Dirk Memorial Park. The place he's never been able to let go of.
You're those folks who always come around to exterminate monsters. We just had someone force their way into the forest where I think he dragged another person in with him too. They're both dressed in racing suits, but the air about them was anything but normal. Please sir, settle down. You're with Bracer. Yes, we're here as part of a joint effort with the Intelligence Division. I'm Kincaid of the CID. Those extermination requests you mentioned were issued by me. It just so happens that we had two persons of interest flee into the park. My collaborators and I are in the midst of pursuing them. We'd appreciate if you could let us take things from here. I see. I guess I can rest easy with the CID and Guild on the case. Is okay. Best of luck. Really smooth talked your way through that one, huh? Drastic times call for drastic measures. While we may not be Spriggans, this much should be within our bounds.
Now, with regards to what comes next...
We know. It'd be better for us to stay behind.
But...
Sorry, Yume, but it's just too dangerous to go any further.
You don't have to worry. So be a good girl and wait for us, okay?
We'll get Maxim out of there without a scratch. Promise.
Yes. Very... okay. I'll wait.
All right then. Let's get moving.
The forest area is to the left past the entrance, correct?
Yeah. The champ brought us there for a request last fall. We'd better catch up before it's too late.
Good. But that will be next episode. You're seeing this? Boy, do I! It's like we stepped right into another world. The area has been completely corroded. What's more, the higher elements seem to be in effect. Maxim and Paulette made such good memories here. Yeah, it's got this special place in his heart even now. Like that's any excuse for him to dump his schmaltzy love stories on us. Do you suppose Mr. Lugan's destination is my memorial tree deep within? Without a doubt. That's where Maxim and Paulette buried their time capsule 7 years ago. So that's why we want to be prepared for anything before treading in further. Yeah, ready up, gang. It's go time. Yeah, as I wanted to say, this will be the end for this episode. Next time we continue with the forest and see where it leads us. And then, I'm Mace, and don't get lost.